This one was actually very entertaining, though it didn't make sense at times. Like, him mind controlling the girls? Like, can we get a reason why that happens? Or just a reason why anything happens in this movie? How does the flute mind control people to do whatever you want it to do? And Ice-T is in this movie, as you can see in the cover. I mean, he was okay for what we saw. Trying to think of anything else that happened. It was actually pretty entertaining, though. Unlike the first four. The first four were okay and could be entertaining at times. Well, not the fourth one. The fourth one was awful. The first three were okay and could be entertaining at times. But ultimately were really boring. This one I never really was bored with, but that doesn't make it a good movie. It just means that the movie series is improving, though hopefully 6 and 7 don't, downgrade. Like 3 was pretty decent, and then we got space. So hopefully the series stays decent. To mention, there's a transgender character in this, and almost every line directed towards her is just transphobic, like calling him a guy and making jokes about who wants to sleep with her. So it definitely is a bit of a problematic movie, especially since that goes on for at least 6 minutes after she's introduced is how long we still see her. So honestly, I would just skip past that part, because it really is not necessary to have that in the movie at all. And then the budget was pretty cheap in this movie. They hardly ever turn the camera around in a lot of scenes. There's even a scene where they jump in the air and you can see the end of the set. But at least the characters were kinda likable, besides all the transphobic shit. And they're probably the first time I've sorta rooted for a character in the series. But they still sucked. Especially since the transphobic shit. It didn't even matter to the plot. It was literally just a girl that took them in, and they paid money for her. They gave her money so they could stay for one night. And then in the end, they don't even really care about her because there's a murderous leprechaun in there, and they don't even warn her. They just set the leprechaun on fire and flee. Because they actually see her getting killed by the leprechaun, but they think she's just having sex. And then they just leave her alone in there with the leprechaun. But yeah, this movie was probably the best one in the series, but it still wasn't really good. It's just actually entertaining compared to the other ones, but still not good.